Good morning, Vinyl community. It is Monday morning. You know what time it is? It's time for the weekly wrap up. This is number 11. Crazy. This is a special, ladies and gentlemen, a very special weekly wrap up. It is March 29th, 2021. Last year, on March 29th, 2020, I uploaded my first video on the VC. I am celebrating my first anniversary today, and as you can tell, it puts a smile on my face. As I said before, one of the most rewarding things I've ever done in my life. It's incredible. I've said these things so many times. I feel like I'm repeating myself, but just never imagined how rewarding this would be. Anybody who's just watching this for the first time, I retired 3 years ago. 3 years ago, last month actually was my last working day, and my plan, because I was playing in a band at the time when I retired, my plan was to just play music with people, have a band, do weekend gigs at, Legion halls and pubs and whatever, nothing serious, and spend my retirement doing that. It quickly turned into a disaster. I'm too old to put up with bullshit, and it wasn't making me happy. And I stopped, and I just played music for myself, my house, for my own enjoyment, and it was very relaxing. No pressure, no crap, no stress, but something was missing. And then COVID hit, and then I tried to put another band together through COVID. I was trying to get people just to go, hey, if we just start arranging things now, and let's pick set lists, and we can all kind of work on our individual parts. And when we can get together, we'll kind of be, have done our homework. We can pretty much hit the road. And then it just, I don't know, I didn't have the thrill and the ambition to do it. And there was something missing. And my nephew, Jack, who I love very much, Jack's Stereo Experience, please go to his channel and subscribe, introduced me to the VC through Larry Graves, the Canadian Stud Muffin. And then I found out my friend Mazzy, Norman Maslov, had a channel, because I used to communicate with Mazzy on Steve Hoppin forums. Watched his videos and went, oh my lord, an epiphany. I can do this. Did my first one, and it was awful, and I loved it. And here we are a year later. I've met so many people, made so many friends. What can I say? Happy anniversary to me, and thank you all for making this a wonderful experience. For the people that I've become very, very close with, I love you, and the rest of you, nothing but respect and appreciation. And yeah, very cool. I'm hoping when this COVID thing ends, I'll be heading down south, and some of my journeys, I plan on taking in a few of the spots where some of you guys live, and I'm hoping we can meet up for even a quick coffee on the road, or who knows, maybe a beer, and listen to some tunes. We'll see, but I'm hoping, like, if not in 2021, in 2022, we'll be through all this. Anyway, I'll address this a little bit later, because I have a very special Get Off My Lawn segment coming up. What's been going on in the VC? Contests. I entered a couple of contests last week. 3, I think. Andy Next Play Records. He did a great one. He based it on the March Madness brackets, which I thought was pretty cool. Picked 4 genres of music, and just get 2 albums from each genre and kind of play them off against each other until you get to in the finals, and pick your favorite. Rod, the happy hippie. I love Rod. He's just a great guy. He's got a great contest going on now. Bands and solo records. So you pick a band and then pick your one solo record for each band, kind of one artist. And Pat, the vinyl archivist, has the Beatles cover thing going on, which I think I mentioned last week, but it's a great contest as well. I did a video earlier this week on this, a short one. I got some VCLT this week. Excuse me. From my friend Chris, Blues Guy Vinyl, sorry. He sent me this. Bob Dylan, look at that. I love this. I just freaking love it. I'm going to go to a store and get a nice frame for it because I just love it. You know how much I love Bob Dylan? And he sent me a couple of records, which I'm in love with too, but just little stuff like this can really, make a difference. He said, this VCLT is long overdue. Thanks for your support, friendship, and for joining me on our Festival Express live stream. Take care, Chris. Blues Guy Vinyl. Cheers. Chris, thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. Really, you are a good friend. And please, check out Chris's channel. He's doing these live feeds where he's playing blues music and talking about it. And the guy's, man, it's a walking encyclopedia of the blues, which I have a passion for, and I just really enjoy it so much. He sent me this. I've shown these already, so I won't go crazy. Robert Johnson, the complete collection. I had no Robert Johnson in my collection at all. And this Pat Travers, who's a Canadian guitarist, Radioactive. I'm aware of Pat Travers, but never really paid any attention to him. And, knew he was around in that. But, man, what a great record. The guy's a great guitar player. Really good. Pat Travers. Thanks for turning me on to that, Chris. What else have we got going on? Mazzy. I mentioned Mazzy earlier as a inspiration. Mazzy did a ranking. He's doing some rankings. He's done Dylan, The Byrds, and now Neil Young. He did 13 Neil Young albums. I love Mazzy's perspective on things, and he always throws a curveball in there, which I really like. Neil Young, he picked Psychedelic Pill as one of his top 13 albums. I like the music on that album. I think Neil and Crazy Horse are just wailing on that album, but lyrically it is so soft, man. It's like, really, it almost turns me off. It's so soft. But so I don't think it'd be one of my top 13, but I appreciate that Mazzy put it in there. He picked After the Gold Rush as his top album. Mine is On the Beach. On the Beach, number 1, and Tonight's the Night, number 2, and Everybody Knows This Is Nowhere would be my top 3. It's a funny thing about Neil. Have you noticed all the stuff he's putting out? Like, I don't have a Neil. I love you. I can't keep up, man. I'd have to go get a job just to buy your product. He put out the Times. He put out the Volume 2 archives. $100. It's $150. I'm going by Canadian price. $150. The Times is going to be $30 for the vinyl. He put out Live at the Rust Belt. Now, I bought the CD for $20. Double CD. It's fantastic. I love it. Highly recommend anybody get it. And you can get the album, I think, by itself, at 2 record sellers. But the 4 album sets another $100 for 4 albums and the 2 CDs. It's like there's a lot of product there. But man, oh man, just add it all up. Now there's Young Shakespeare. That's live stuff from 1971 on the same tour he did live at Massey Hall. And then to top it all off, it's the 50th anniversary of After the Gold Rush. So it's nice just to buy the album or the CD, but he's put out a deluxe box that all it has in it is a poster and a record, but the record is this shiny foil kind of cover. It looks fantastic. Like, I have no complaints. I think it looks amazing, but $100 for a record just because it's got a shiny cover. The vinyl's the same. The music's the same. Neil, this could almost be a get off of my lawn, but it's not. But man, I'm envious of people who can afford all this stuff. I got to start saving my allowance because you know what I did? I pre-ordered the John Lennon Plastic Ono Band Deluxe set, $147.90 Canadian. I'm saving my allowance to pay for that. I put it on my credit card, and it's being released on April 23rd, I think, and I'm dying to get it. It just looks amazing, and I had to have it. But that's where my money went, and I'm saving my allowance that I give myself for music purchases of the month to save up for that. So that's why you haven't seen any new records this week. I found a channel, being a Bob Dylan freak, Never Ending Bob Fan. It's a great channel, man. All he does is have bootleg concerts, just audio of bootleg performances. Man, there's been a lot of good stuff on there. And the one show I'd never really heard before, but I'd heard the odd song on it because one of the songs is on Telltale Signs. I think he does Ring Them Bells. The Supper Club thing he did in New York in the 90s, 93, I think. Highly bootlegged and great quality sound. I've got to order it. I was looking online at it. It was like, I think I can get the 2 CD set for like 20 US or something and shipping. One day I'll order it, but man, there's some good performances on that. My buddy Rich Strickler, check Rich's channel out. He's awesome. Top 20 Simon and Garfunkel songs ranked. That's great. I love that. I noticed someone else today had a Elliot Cruz. No, or Richard McCook. I'm sorry. It's Elliot or Richard. They have 20 Paul Simon / Simon and Garfunkel songs ranked. That's pretty cool. And I want to mention, because I just never mention it, Aaron Mutha Alamar, one of the great guys on the VC. His Tipsy Tuesdays are the most fun time a guy can have without alcohol. Well, he's got alcohol, but I'm watching it sober. And it's just great. I haven't got a freaking clue what records he's showing. Like he's blasting this heavy metal stuff at me. Sometimes I like it. But to start off, he always starts off slowly. He's getting a blues groove, and then he builds up, and all of a sudden it's like, this is the 10,000 Psychomaniacs, and he's just so passionate about it, and he loves it all, and he's just such a great guy. Just watch his video; it's awesome. What else do I have to say here? Base to Base with Lisa and Glenn. We have been a little lax in the videos over the past week, if anybody's wondering. We're getting there. There's been some glitches here and there, so we're having trouble coordinating. And we're going to record our video, our 4th video installment on our 4 bass players that we picked, and this will be Carol Kay. I'm learning so much about Carol Kay, and I've been picking up my bass, learning some of her bass lines like California Girls, and The Beat Goes On, and she was on just some amazing recordings. I absolutely love them. So we're going to be doing it, so just be patient with us. April 1st is our drawing, so sometime between now and April 1st, even if it is April 1st when we get together and do this, that would be cool. I don't have a lot much else this week to talk about. Oh, there's one that came up. Tower Records. Everybody remembers Tower Records. I mean, they were a monster, right? I read online this week, somewhere I just saw a little blurb that Tower Records is resurrected. There's a new owner, and he's bringing back the brand. Now, I don't know if I'm late to the party on this news, but there's a TowerRecords.com. They're selling albums. And the new CEO is trying to revive the brand. Online to start, and he wants to open a few pop-up stores when the COVID thing ends. And then, who knows, we might have a big bricks and mortar record store. That would be cool. Can you imagine if we could kind of get people away from the streaming and the downloading and actually wanting to hold a frigging CD or a record in their hand? Wouldn't that be something? And actually hear it in good sound instead of MP3 quality sound. This younger generation, I had my daughters and my daughter Stephanie's boyfriend were over, I don't know, a couple of months ago, and we were just sitting in the basement listening to records, and I put on Tom Petty's the new Wildflowers album, and these are basically my oldest daughter Andrea. She's got a stereo and everything, but they do a lot of their listening on their phones and everything, like most young people. And but it was funny. Ryan, Stephanie's boyfriend, he all of a sudden something goes, man, does that sound good? It sounds so clear. Well, yeah, buddy, that's the way music's supposed to sound. Yeah, it makes a difference. Spin of the week. I'm back into this gentleman because he's got a new album out called Heavy Sun. It just came out on the 19th. And it's a salute to the Hammond organ. It's like it really inspired by Jimmy Smith. And I'm dying to hear it. Daniel Lanois. This is Daniel Lanois' first solo album, Acadie. This is a beautiful, beautiful album. This is called the Gold Top version, which came out after the album came out, with some extra tracks and stuff on it. But I wonder if they have the original poster of the album in the book. Came with a little book. I wonder if they have the original album cover. They don't. But this is an amazing album. Acadie, Daniel Lanois. Beautiful record. Yeah, the atmosphere is incredible. The songs are beautiful. Incredible record. That's my spin of the week. Check this out. Daniel Lanois, Acadie. Now it's time, ladies and gentlemen, for Get Off of My Lawn. This is a very special Get Off of My Lawn. I mentioned at the start of my video how I met so many people, and so my whole life I was blessed to have a soulmate. This is me and my cousin Paul. There's Paul right there. Paul's a year older than me, but we were soulmates from the time we were like could walk. And we both had a passion for music that was just crazy. It was crazy. We would listen together, talk about music constantly from the time we were kids. And went to a ton of concerts together. Always turned each other on to different stuff. And Paul, when we got to be in our late teens, he left school and took a job on the Great Lakes freighter boats, sailing around all the Great Lakes, doing all the shipping boats and stuff. And so he would be gone from April until December every year. So in those days we had to exchange letters. You couldn't communicate any other way, but the letters would just be full of, I stopped at this port and I picked up this, and this. And I went, oh yeah, you got to hear this when you get back, right? So he'd come home right around Boxing Day every year, phone me right away and go, got any new tunes? And that was it, man. You got any new tunes? And we would talk about it, and then we would get together. And it was such a special relationship. I lost him to cancer about 4 years ago, and I miss him dearly. There's been no one in my life that I have this relationship with that shared this deep passion with me until I joined the VC and found hundreds of people who have this passion. And so I thank you for that. But so now here's my Get Off of My Lawn. This is another picture I want to show you. This is me as a cyclist, and it's hard to believe, and looking at me now. That is my dog Peyton giving me a kiss at the finish line of an event I used to take part in every year. I did it 3 years in a row. It was a ride to conquer cancer. And we had to ride our bicycles from Toronto to Niagara Falls, which is, it's a 100 and some kilometer journey, but the way they did the route we started in Toronto. We went to a city called Hamilton, which is kind of halfway. Now the routes, it's pretty grueling. Toronto to Hamilton's 50, it's to 75, maybe more kilometers. I don't know. But when you get to Hamilton, there's a thing called Hamilton Mountain. It's straight up 10 kilometers, which is 6 miles, pretty much on an angle like that. So after you've ridden, I think it was 90 kilometers. Yeah, because you did 100 a day. So the way they took us, it was a 90-kilometer route. So you had to, at the end of the ride, I had done a 216 kilometers in over 2 days. You had to do the last part of the route after you'd driven 90 kilometers on a bicycle, was climb straight uphill another 9 kilometers to get to the campsite where we camped overnight before we got up the next day and did the Hamilton to Niagara to finish the journey. It was so rewarding. I rode with a team of business associates, and we had a lot of fun, and we had to train really hard. Like I used to come home from work every night and ride 50 kilometers, 40 kilometers a day, and then gradually build that up. It was in June every year. And the reason I bring that up, because this is to get off of my cloud, off of my lawn. I lost my cousin Paul to cancer 4 years ago. Heartbreaking. His brother Randy, 40 years of age, died of cancer between Christmas and New Year's about 20 years ago. I lost my best friend, one of my best friends. I have like 5 or 6 really close friends, and I lost my friend Craig Stone to testicle cancer when I was 25 years old. I lost my dad to cancer at 72 years of age. I lost my mom to a blood disorder which was cancer related. I've lost aunts and uncles. I just on Friday lost Paul's older brother. He just turned 71. He was 1 day short of turning 71 last Friday. He died of prostate cancer. I can't tell you how much I fucking hate this disease and how many friends and family members it's taken from me. I now have another friend who's scared of a recurrence of cancer, and it's scaring the crap out of her. It's just, I don't know what to say, but I've never hated anything more than the word cancer, anything to do with cancer. Cancer, get off of my lawn. What else can I say? Anyway, let's end this on a cheery note. That's enough. Thank you so much. First year anniversary. You guys have all just made me so happy. I love your comments. I love commenting back and forth. I share emails with a few of you, which is great. Also share some Instagram messages back and forth with a few of you. I'm doing this base-to-base thing with Lisa Tedesco, which makes me so happy. I hope you guys watch it. It's the I don't know. It's just the camaraderie and the friendship building and stuff that I never ever in my wildest dreams thought would happen, and it has. And that's been the greatest thing about this. We all love music. So that's it. What a passionate thing. And again, thank you all. I'm just rambling here. So everybody have a great week. Peace out, everyone. And we will be talking very soon.